Hey people, Kyle Christensen with the motivational stuff for spinal cord injury and brain injury. And as you guys probably wondered, and as people probably wondered, and as I've not talked about, what it was like being told there was a possibility of not walking again. They didn't know if I'd walk again. And also with all the unknowns with my brain injury, with my traumatic brain injury, and with them not knowing what would come of that, and all the unknowns, and hearing all the unknowns, what that felt like. Well, for starters, that was extremely scary. I will, I'll be blunt and straight out honest. When I was told there's a possibility of not walking again, I was extremely scared. But I, you know, I really had the right therapist at the right time because, God bless that Gretchen from KU, because not once did she make me feel like I was not going to walk again, or was setting the bar too high with expecting myself to walk again or anything like that. And she expected me to walk again. I mean, she would be expecting me to be doing all I'm doing now and more. I mean, her and the rest of them at KU Inpatient. But, I mean, it's really, but, as far as, but that was the therapist. I mean, as far as the doctors go, they didn't know whether I would walk again or not. But it really came down to, it came down to a lot of factors. Really, there was a lot of factors. There's a lot of factors that played contributing parts in it. But first it started one day at a time. It was one step at a time. It was one therapy session at a time. It was wake up each morning at inpatient rehab, get my shot in my arm, get morning medication, start off with speech therapy, then have occupational therapy, then physical therapy, then lunch, then all over again that afternoon for 6 weeks, and then went out of there to Rehab Institute at outpatient therapy, where still had those exact therapies but at outpatient and once a day, not twice a day, and most of the time had doctor's appointments all afternoon. But as far as the brain injury went, was still scary even years out, because sometimes would have blurred eyesight to where I would have to go like that with my eyes to get them to straighten out. That way, if anyone sees me going like this with my eyes, I'm not rolling my eyes at you or anything like that. I'm literally trying to get my eyes to line out to see unblurred. That's the only reason why I go like that sometimes. That happens to be because by doing that, the eye rotations get eyes unblurred to see straight, to be able to see through the blurriness. But anyway, that's something that helps with that. But anyway, and that's a brain injury thing that affected my eyesight a little bit. That's brain injury that affected my eyesight a little bit, and that's something else that a lot of people don't take into consideration. But brain injuries affect eyesight as well. And I was extremely blessed to not have any major eyesight damage with my accident, and to not have any eyesight damage. I mean, besides the eye rotation to get them to straighten out sometimes. I mean, blessed in that aspect as well. I mean, God is for certain looked out for me over the years, and even in times of trauma, he's looked out for me. And glory to God. And there was times where I was mad at him after my accident. Like there was sometimes at KU Inpatient, like when I was starting out to walk again, and it was before I could even walk without the lift, or could even walk without people moving my legs, or could even walk with a walker at all without dragging my I mean, it was a mess. It was, yeah, I mean, that's really when you gotta put your face towards the ground, grind on, and not look up until you get to where you're going. That's kind of the attitude you gotta have to get through phases like that, get through periods like that. But alrighty, thank y'all and take care. God bless.